What are you doing to better yourself during this COVID-19 outbreak? Actually cooking more, getting creative in the kitchen. Picked up Duolingo and started to learn another language, as well as get back into reading, since I didn't have the time to do so. I started gardening, and I'm really enjoying it. So far I've dug up 3 old rotten trees, trimmed the overgrown evergreens, and now the garden looks twice the size. Tomorrow is to further trim the bases of the trees, to give my puppy more space to roam. I've been going through Khan Academy's math courses, and 100% eyeing them all. I quit drinking, not because I think alcohol is bad, but because I was drinking way too much. Learning that working through a crisis shouldn't come with the extra pressure of having to be productive, no matter the cost, and granting myself the mental space to actually deal with the stress coming my way right now. If I had realized this was an option months ago, I'm sure recovering from my surgery would have been a lot easier. Take care of yourselves, people. If all you have space for right now is making it through this and taking care of your loved ones, that's more than fine. This is a traumatic time and we all deserve to make it through as well as we can. I just started doing 100 squats a day yesterday. Let's see if I can keep it up for 2 weeks. Careful. I really fucked up my knees doing a squat challenge, worked up to 500 squats in one sesh. My knees pop whenever I walk now. Good to know. Gonna stop exercising. I mean, I never started, but now I'm really not gonna do it. This is my 5th day in a row sober for the first time since maybe October. Been doing a little indoor cardio every morning. Dusted off the dumbbells and am doing weights every evening. My bathroom, office, kitchen, and bedroom haven't been this clean since I moved in. Been listening to over 15 hours of music a day for the first time in years, which it turns out is a big mood booster. I'm just going out on my balcony and drinking tea while I watch the odd car drive by every morning, and it's very peaceful and relaxing. Been phoning the family every day to catch up instead of every week or two, and it's kinda nice. It's super selfish given all the awful stuff that's happening in the world because of this, but this pandemic is at the moment actually the best thing that's happened to me personally in years. I bought an electric guitar and an amp a week ago. I'm about to throw it out the window and hang myself with the strap. I respect anyone that plays the guitar. I've been hitting the treadmill like crazy. I think I'm going to do a half marathon late this year. 100 sit-ups every day. Everything hurts but totally worth. Still working cause you guys need electricity. I take branches off the tree in my yard and make things. Green woodworking. I made 2 mallets, carved a spoon, made coat hooks, and today I'm building a 3-log bench. There's a group doing it here. I too am playing a lot of Animal Crossing. Getting back on the piano and doing an online learn to code class. Also started a garden for the first time. I have been working out so much. I already worked out a decent amount, but this is a new level for me. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be holding it together if I weren't working out. It gives me a sense of satisfaction of a job well done that, quite frankly, not much else can these days. I'm thinking of motivating myself to do things I otherwise wouldn't be motivated to do. Now if I could only motivate myself to actually start doing said things. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I don't go outside and potentially infect other people. I have been doing this for a few years now, and no one ever thanks me. Nothing. I'm taking this opportunity to not feel like I have to be constantly improving my grades, appearance, brain, whatever. I'm doing the bare minimum at home because I spend most of my life stressing about how I can better myself. I'm learning to be a better dad for my son. I'm showing him to be kind, be patient and let things go, that he shouldn't be afraid of failure. Trying and mostly, me. I've always been quick to anger and very demanding. But now that he actually gets to see me on a daily basis, I'm learning to choose my words carefully and be the parent that I always should have been, instead of the one I'm now. That it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to mess up, and asking for help is a good thing. He's a wonderful little man and I need to chill and let him be a little boy. He needs to enjoy his childhood, and he needs a dad that is there and supports him, rather one that demands perfection. This is a blessing, because at this crucial age, I get to have the time with him that most people wish for on their deathbed. I'm spending time in his world, instead of making him spend time in mine. It's not stupid to race your Hot Wheels and create stories. Buddy, I've been stupid for not seeing how awesome it is. I'm not wasting this opportunity. Not again. There's a problem which has plagued humanity since time immemorial. A dire dilemma which virtually everyone has experienced, but which precious few people have attempted to solve. Now that I'm locked away from the outside world, I have decided to study this horrifying phenomenon, and hopefully usher in a new era for humanity. I'm speaking, of course, about those kernels of popcorn that somehow resist being popped in the microwave. Over the course of the past few days, I've prepared and consumed several bags of popcorn. Each time, there were just over a dozen kernels left behind. These anomalies these aberrations have been collected and isolated, stored away for the dark experiment that I have planned. Once I have acquired a suitable enough number of test subjects, I intend to gather them all together and subject them to a second exposure of electromagnetic radiation. Meticulous notes will be kept throughout this entire process, and while there is the risk that I will simply rediscover fire, the fools who fear to seek knowledge will be unable to deny the benefit to our collective understanding of the universe. The world may mark me as madman, but history will speak only of my triumph. Rabbit holing on Reddit. Working out at home. Mainly rabbit holing on Reddit. Reading all of these comments is so wholesome. I'm on the autism spectrum. Noticed I was backsliding in terms of my social skills over the past few months. So I've contacted a job coach, and I'm connecting with an ASD specialist, so I can get back up to the functioning social level I was before and hopefully get a job. I'm trying to quit drinking. I've been drinking every day for 4 years due to depression and quite frankly boredom. But I've never cared to quit. Since I was getting by just fine, I thought it wasn't a problem. I decided since I have 2 weeks of staying home, it's the perfect time to quit in case I go through withdrawal. It won't affect my real life. I told my roommate just in case I have serious symptoms, and I checked with a doctor beforehand just to make sure if something serious happens I know what to do. It's been a day and a half without a drink, and this is the first time I've been excited about bettering myself in a long time. Wish me luck. We've got a power rack and Olympic bar/plate set. Got back into lifting a couple months ago, and now I've got plenty of time to stay consistent, and my so is also around to spot and form check. My goal is to have at least one coworker remark on my newfound swollenness once we return to the office. Morning walk in the neighborhood. Living room yoga from a YouTube series. Yard work I've been putting off forever. And no smoking marijuana until after 5 PM. Most days. Deep cleaned my whole apartment. It's so clean. Proud of myself. I quit biting my nails. Reading more. Stretching more. Taking walks at appropriate social distance. And making a point to avoid unhealthy coping mechanisms. Trying to learn how to better manage my anxiety. Well, I'm working on becoming a better person myself. Trying to quit my porn addiction. Trying to get better with my social skills. Getting a better attitude of my life. I'm also working on learning new skills. For instance, I'm working on learning Latin. I'm also learning the guitar. Have a nice quarantine, y'all. Day drinking. Learning to play the banjo. It's like learning to play the guitar, but nowhere near as many people play banjo. Going through a tough breakup while quarantined. I thought this was going to be the worst possible way to deal with it, as everyone says you should socialize with friends, meet new people, go out. It actually gives me the opportunity to work on myself. I realized I should stop relying on other people for my self-image. I hope I'll come out of this stronger than ever. Not as healthy as everyone else seems to be, but as a cake decorator with no cakes to decorate, I'm practicing brush embroidery today. Just working on my skills while I have 8 hours of work and nothing to do. I'm a doctor and I work on a respiratory ward. For the love of all that is holy, it's not a difficult concept. Stay inside. I shouldn't have to point out that you shouldn't literally stay inside and that's it for 3 weeks. I mean, at this point I think I'd like to do that happily, but that's by the by. Please, by all means, go into your gardens, if you have them, and take some exercise as per local rules. Here in the UK it's once per day for exercise and only essential shopping. I'm talking more to the crowds that are still gathering in play parks at the UK, as people seem to be treating this as a government sanctioned 3-week holiday. You will understand what I'm getting at. Please be sensible and do your bit to help curb the virus spread. Have lost 12 pounds with intermittent fasting and moderate exercise. Tackling clutter and paperwork around my home also. I'm reteaching myself photography. I used to shoot 15+ years ago, but fell out of it. Taking a masterclass on Udemy and practicing as much as I can with the time I've got. That and hanging out with the cat. Finally writing the movie I've always wanted to. I'm more than 60 pages in. It's just flowing off my fingertips. Pure magic.